Hello, lovely bookworms. It's me, Jordan Nicole, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a small wrap-up for March and my TBR for April, along with my TBR for several read-a-thons I'll be participating in April. So let's get started with my March wrap-up. So in March, I unfortunately only read 3 books, which was better than February. So every month I'm reading more and more. A lot of stuff happened in my life in March, so I didn't get to read as much as I wanted to. But with all that happened in March, I'm very proud of myself for how much I read. So I read 3 books. And I read 3 books in March, and I almost read 4. So the first book I read was Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, which I have at home because I took it home. I read it at the very beginning of March, so unfortunately I don't have it in my dorm room right now to show you, but I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. It was good. It was just really slow paced at some points, and the main character, Sam, she really seemed like one of the girls I didn't like in high school. The really high and mighty type that really got on my nerves, one of the popular girls I didn't like in high school. So her character she really annoyed me, and so at first it was really hard for me to read it and get through it, and it was also very slow paced. But about halfway through, it got really good, so I liked half of the book. That's why I'm only giving it like 3 stars. But yeah. And then I read The Madness Underneath by Maureen Johnson, and it's the second book in the Shades of London series, and the first book was The Name of the Star. The first book I gave 4 stars, but unfortunately for the second book I only gave it 3 stars because it didn't really seem like a lot was happening in the plot until like towards the end of the book, but I do love the characters and I do love the story, and I enjoyed seeing like what happened to Rory after she got stabbed and all. But yeah, the plot didn't seem to go anywhere until like the end or halfway through the book, so that's why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then the next book I read was a book for my Western literature course, and it was As You Like It by William Shakespeare. I really like Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. I did enjoy this play, but it wasn't one of my favorites, so I think I gave it 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 stars. But yeah. And then in March I also read a lot of The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, but I didn't finish it until April 2nd. So I'm gonna include it on my April wrap-up, and you'll hear more about it then. So now for my April TBR, I've been reading really quick. I already almost read 2 books, and it's not too far into April, and I'm planning on reading another one by the end of tomorrow. So yeah, I'm already reading a lot more than I did in February, so I'm hopeful that I'll read a lot in April. Yeah. So the first book I'm wanting to read, I'm almost done with, I'm planning on finishing it today, is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. I'm supposed to do a book talk on a YA novel for my adolescent literature course, And I chose this one because everybody raves about Fruita's Sepetys, and I wanted to read one of her books. So far, I'm loving it. And yeah, I'll let you know what I think about it in my April wrap-up. So the next book I want to read is also for my adolescent literature course, and it's American Born Chinese by Jin Luen Yang, I think, and it's a graphic novel, and I'm looking forward to reading that tomorrow. And then the next book in April I want to read, I just found for really cheap at a used bookstore downtown, and this is kind of a spoiler for my April book haul, but yeah, I want to read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I hear a lot of my friends really love it, and a lot of people on BookTube rave about it. And so it's about like a circus that shows up at night, and it's kind of a fantasy novel, and on the back it says magical, enchanting, spellbinding, mesmerizing. So, and it has a love story in it, so I'm looking forward to reading that in April. The next book I want to read in April is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which is the first book in the Raven Cycle series, and a lot of people also rave about this series, so I also found it in the used bookstore, and it was fate because I've been wanting to read it for a long time. It's about a girl who, her mother is a clairvoyant, and that's really all I know, but I think it will be best not to know a lot about the synopsis when I read it. So yeah, I will let you know what I think about that one. Then the next book I'm wanting to read is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. Again, a lot of people rave about this one on YouTube, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet, but a lot of people love it, and I've had this book on my shelf for a few years now, and I really need to read it. But it's about a princess who must claim her throne, learn to become a queen, and combat a malevolent sorceress in an epic battle between light and darkness in the spectacular debut, the first novel in a trilogy. So it sounds really good, and I've been watching Rain a lot, so I'm really into like reading stuff about queens and royalty and court and stuff like that, so I'm sure I'll love it, and I'll let you know what I think. So the next, I also want to read Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, which is at home, and I'm gonna get it from home when I go home for Easter. But that's about a girl who goes to boarding school in Paris and meets a French boy, and they fall in love. It's a cute little contemporary, so yeah. So the next books I'm planning on reading are 4 different read-a-thons. So the first read-a-thon I'm planning on participating in April is the TomeTopple Read-a-thon Round 3, which takes place from April 7th at midnight to April 20th at 11:59 p.m. I will link the Twitter page down below, and there you can see who's hosting it. It's a bunch of different booktubers who are hosting it. I'm gonna tell you the challenges. So basically, for the TomeTopple, it's a read-a-thon where you read books that are 500 pages or more, and there's also 5 different challenges you can participate in, but you don't have to do any of the reading challenges. You can do all of them, none of them, or some of them. So I'm only doing a few of them. For the first challenge, I'm planning on reading more than 1 tome. For the second challenge is read a graphic novel, which I'm not going to be doing. I don't really have a graphic novel over 500 pages that I want to read. The third challenge is read a tome that's part of a series. And for that one, I'm planning on reading Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, which is the second book in the Illuminate files. And the first book was Illuminate, and I love the first book, and this book is over 600 pages, so this will definitely work for the TomeTopple Read-a-thon, and I can use it for a read-a-tome that's part of a series. So I can't wait to read that. And then the fourth challenge is Buddy Read a Tome, which I'm not going to be doing. And the fifth challenge is read an adult novel. For that challenge, I'm planning on reading Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, which I had on my March TBR, but ran out of time to read it. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. It's about a girl. It takes place in Scotland. It has time traveling and a love story, so that's right down my alley, and I can't wait to read that. And then the last book I want to read Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. And that's not really for any challenge, except that if I read all 3 of these books, I will complete the reading challenge, read more than 1 tome. So yeah, that's what I plan on reading for that read-a-thon. And then from April 18th at midnight to April 24th at 11:59 p.m., I will be participating in the Spring into Horror read-a-thon, and I will link down below the link for that and the people who are hosting it as well. And for that, I'm planning on finishing reading It by Stephen King, which I started last October. And yeah, I will also be participating in Dewey's 24-hour read-a-thon on April 29th. But since it's at the end of the month, I want to see what I've already read and what I haven't read yet, and then I will post a TBR for that later on. So those are the books that I read in March, what I plan on reading in April, and what I plan on reading for the read-a-thons in April. Comment down below if you have read anything I'm planning on reading. No spoilers. Comment down below if you're participating in any of the read-a-thons I'm participating in. I would love to cheer you on. And like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm Jordan Nicole, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy reading. Love ya.